Methods of providing depreciation. The assets are classified into types such as fixed assets and current assets. Fixed assets are further classified into two types, such as tangible assets, intangible assets. First of all, tangible assets includes land and buildings, plant and machineries of furnitures and fitters, motors, vehicles. These are called tangible assets. Intangible assets includes goods, goodwill, and trademarks, copyrights, plants. The fixed assets value decreases. The decreased value is known as depreciation. The current assets include cash balance, marketable security trades, debit or bill receivable, inventor stock. If you the current trade assets value decreases, the value is known as fluctuation. So some of methods of depreciation. First one is fixed install method, dimensional balance method, third one antivated method, fourth one depreciation fund method, fifth one sum of the digital method, sixth one is insurance policy method, seventh one is revaluation method, and eighth one is disciplination method. Mission 9 month is mission hour rating method. The first one is fixed installment method. It is also known as straight line method. In the method, the fixed percentage of the depreciation is calculated on the original value of asset every year. Okay, the depreciation is remains the same every year. The assets value completely written off after a fixed period. The annual depreciation can be calculated under the following formula. The formula is annual depreciation is equal to cost of the assets minus scrap value by estimated life. So second one, rate of the depreciation, annual depreciation by cost of the an asset into 100. These are called fixed asset, fixed installment method. These are so next second one, dimensional balancing method. This is also known as the reading balance method or return done value method. These are called WDV short form. Under this method, the depreciation is calculated at the fixed percentage on the balance of the amount. The balancing of the amount at the beginning of the year. The asset value decreases every year properly as by the depreciation. Under this method, it should have some value by y of the scrap at every year. Rate of the depreciation's formula 1 minus n root s by c into 100. So explanation of the formula, n is equal to number of the year, s for scrap value, c for cost of the assets. So next one is annual method. Annual method is by using an asset own less, not only the money spent on acquiring it, but always the interest which would have been earned on the money. Therefore, depreciation should cover not only the cost of the an assets, but also an appropriate amount of the interest. This is done in the annual method. So, fourth one is depreciation fund method. Generally, this method used by a long lease contract. The asset's value permanently decreases after using some years. Ready cash may not be always available when the time of the replacement of the assets. The depreciation fund method implies that the amount of write off the as depreciation should be kept aside and invest in scalable security. So next one is sum of the digital method. This variety of the reducting installment or dimensional balance method. Second point, under this method, depreciation is written off the each year by the following formula. So following formula, some of the digital method amid be written off the into the number of the remaining life of year by the total of the all digital of the life. So next one formula, the amount of the written be of the number of remaining life of year by the total of the all digital of the life. Next one is sixth one, insurance policy method. It is the similar to the depreciation fund method. Instead of the making a investment or agreement or made with an insurance company which will receiving premiums annual and pay at the end of the fixed period. These are called insurance policy method. Next one is seventh one, revaluation method. This method is used in case of the loss tools live stock, livestock. Okay, livestock. At the end of the year, every year, such as assets are relieved, revalued properly, and depreciation is written off to bring down the value of assets. These are called revaluation method. So next one is a depreciation method. And eighth one, this method is most suitable of the main quarries from which ascertain qualities of the output is expected to be obedient. So when we the whole quality of the taken out is expected to be obedient. When the whole quality is taken out of the main loss its value. The hence the main depreciation accounting to be quality mind. Not but least ninth one, mission hour rating method. This method is useful in case of the mission that life of the mission of the fixed is fixed in the term of the hourly rate of the depreciation. Work out of the dividing the cost of the mission main scrap value dividing by the mission. The total number of the hours by which the mission is expected to be used. These are called mission hours rate of the method. So once again repeat of the side headings. Once again repeat of the methods. First one is installment method. Second one is a dimension balancing method. Third one annual method. Fourth one is depreciation fund method. Fifth one is sum of the digital method. Sixth one is insurance policy method. Seventh one is revaluation method. And eighth one is discipline method. Is ninth one is mission hour reading method. So these are called methods of the depreciation. These are called 10 marks questions also, and 5 marks questions also. In previous question papers I am seeing.